Welcome to Ancient Secrets channel. Imagine standing in front of someone who insults you, mocks your efforts, or questions your worth in public. Your old self might feel the blood rush, fists tighten, ready to react. But what if you didn't flinch? What if you looked them in the eye, unbothered, calm, and utterly unshaken? That's not fantasy. That's the result of training your mind in the way of the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca didn't just preach peace, they practiced power through discipline. This video will teach you 6 Stoic rules to stop reacting emotionally and start living with inner strength. If you've ever been tired of being triggered or drained by others, stay with me. These are practical tools, timeless and sharp, forged to help you win, not by overpowering others, but by mastering yourself. Take a breath, reset your focus, and prepare to walk a new path. One of grounded power, unshakable peace, and total control. 1. Reframe every insult, the power of perception. What if every insult you hear is actually a mirror, one that reflects more about them than about you? Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And it's true. What actually hurts is not what someone says, it's what you believe about what they said. That's the trap. The next time someone tries to tear you down with words, pause. Ask, is this really about me? Or is it their own pain leaking through? Most insults are projections. They come from someone battling themselves. So treat insults like background noise, unimportant, temporary, meaningless. Don't personalize what's not personal, and don't grant power to words that don't serve your peace. When you mentally say, "This is their problem, not mine," you take back your power. You'll feel anger vanish, not because you suppressed it, but because you understood it. That's Stoicism, not pretending it didn't hurt, but seeing why it no longer has to. 2. Control what you can. Let go of the rest. Epictetus taught one of the most liberating truths of Stoicism. There are things we control and things we don't. Other people's behavior? Out of our control. Their opinions, actions, and emotions? Also not yours to manage. But your response? That's yours. Entirely. When you recognize this boundary, you become untouchable. Imagine someone says something cruel. Instead of reacting, you ask, "Is this within my control?" If it isn't, you release it like smoke in the wind. You don't need to chase it, change it, or carry it. You simply choose peace over pointless resistance. That's strength. It's not passive. It's powerful. The moment you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you reclaim energy, time, and focus. You rise above pettiness. You stop being emotionally hijacked by every bad mood or bad opinion. Stoicism gives you this clarity. Protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. And it starts by controlling the only thing that ever mattered, your own mind. 3. Visualize negativity before it happens. The Stoics didn't fear difficulty. They rehearsed for it. Each morning, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Today, I will meet people who are rude, selfish, arrogant, but I will not let them disturb my peace." That practice has a name. Premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evil. It means expecting difficulty before it comes, not to be negative, but to become immune. When you imagine someone disrespecting you before it happens, you strip their power before they even show up. So tomorrow morning? Pause. Say to yourself, "I will face frustration, insults, setbacks, but I will remain unshaken." This practice trains your nervous system to stop being surprised and start being ready. It doesn't make you cold, it makes you composed. Think of it like emotional armor. The world will test you. But if you've already prepared your response, you don't need to react. You simply respond with clarity. That's not just mental preparation. That's psychological freedom. 4. Respond with indifference, not emotion. Anger feeds on attention. So if someone throws you bait and you refuse to bite, you win. Indifference isn't weakness, it's power, real power. Think of a fire needing oxygen to survive. Your emotional reaction is that oxygen. Remove it, and the flame dies. That's what happens when you don't react. Instead of fighting or explaining, you meet the provocation with silence or a smile, or just walking away. That doesn't mean you're avoiding it. It means you've already outgrown it. People expect drama. They expect reaction. When you give them calm instead, you break the cycle. And in that moment, you're no longer a puppet to their provocation. You're the master of your own peace. So the next time someone tries to spark your anger, try this. Say nothing. Feel everything, and act on none of it. Not because you're numb, but because you've trained yourself to protect what matters more. Your peace, your time, and your energy. And 5. Train your mind like a warrior trains his sword. You can't build emotional resilience overnight. You have to train it like a muscle. The Stoics knew this. That's why journaling, meditation, and self-examination were daily disciplines. If you want to stop being reactive, you must learn to pause, analyze, and grow from each moment of tension. Tonight, write down one situation where you felt triggered. Now ask, what caused it? Was it worth it? And what would a stronger version of me do next time? These micro-reflections shape macro results. Over time, you won't just resist anger. You'll anticipate it, transform it, and rise above it. Like a warrior sharpening his sword, you sharpen your mind, not to fight, but to remain ready. And when life tries to pull you down into drama or chaos, your trained mind becomes the anchor. Not because you're perfect, but because you're practiced. And in a world addicted to reaction, being calm is the most radical discipline you can master. 6. Turn emotion into reflection, not reaction. Every time you feel anger rise, consider this. What expectation just got violated? What internal belief was just challenged? Most emotional outbursts stem not from what happened, but from what we expected to happen. That's the hidden trigger. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you snap, not because of the car, but because you expected people to be thoughtful. Expectations unchecked become traps. So when you feel anger, don't suppress it. Study it. Ask yourself, what does this emotion want to teach me? Maybe it's highlighting your need for boundaries, or your desire to be respected. That awareness gives you choices. You can yell, or you can investigate. You can fight, or you can reflect. And when you reflect, you gain distance. You gain power. Stoicism is not about being emotionless. It's about making emotion useful. Your anger isn't always the enemy. Sometimes, it's just a message waiting to be read with wisdom. Your challenge begins now. For the next 7 days, I challenge you. When someone tries to provoke you, stay still, stay calm. Breathe, don't react. Just observe. Watch how quickly their power fades, and notice how much stronger, clearer, and freer you feel. This is not suppression. It's strategy. The Stoics didn't pretend life was easy. They trained to meet it with inner mastery. So, journal your progress. Reflect each evening. And when you return, tell us, what did you discover about your mind? Because this isn't just a video, it's a starting point, a path. And if you walk it, you'll never be easily shaken again. Subscribe for more ancient wisdom for a modern life. Until next time, walk slowly, speak wisely, and remember, peace is your birthright. Defend it.